earlier today I was taking some suggestions of what kind of vlog to do tonight, and there were some good ones, but you know, it's Friday night, it's the weekend, so I'm going to keep it light. And I decided to do what we never do on the Young Turks anymore, play a version of Dave Koller's America here for you. Now, of course, there's no one actually playing, so that takes a little interest away. You're going to have to play at home. So what I'm going to do to keep your interest is present to you the first half of Dave Koller's America, which I'll explain in a minute, and you write down your answers and email them to me at the email address presented at the end of this video, and I will give a gift to someone I pick at random who got all the answers right. If you want, you could have a TYT hoodie, or I could give you these two books. One is the book Reset, Iran, Turkey, and America's Future by Stephen Kinzer. I was reading a chapter from this earlier, and it's pretty damn good. And the other book, which I will package for you, is The War of the World by Niall Ferguson, 20th Century Conflict and the Descent of the West. So if you play along this game at home, email me at the address I'll present later with your answers if they're right, and I pick your email. I'll send you either those books or a TYT hoodie if that's what you prefer. So what's Dave Koller's America? It's a game based on this page in the USA Today that nobody reads unless you're in an airplane and desperate. It's called Across the USA. It's a little news item, a couple of sentences long from every state in the country. I'm going to present 4 towns from America and 3 stories, and you have to simply match the stories to the towns. So, the 4 towns in today's version are Burley, Idaho, Golden Gate, Florida, not Golden Gate, California, Golden Gate, Florida, Olathe, Kansas, one of those, and Colchester, Vermont. So the 4 towns are Burley, Idaho, Golden Gate, Florida, Olathe, Kansas, Colchester, Vermont. And now I'm going to read 3 stories that occurred, and you have to match the story to the town and then email me the answers. Story number 1. Rodney Marshall, 19 years old, died from carbon monoxide poisoning after moving a generator inside his home so the noise wouldn't disturb the neighbors. Nice guy. There was a power outage. They were using a generator. Instead of keeping it outside, they brought it inside. The 19-year-old kid died. Well, live and learn. Okay, story number 2, keeping with this theme of teenagers. Dustin Howard, 16, pleaded no contest to aggravated battery in the death of a schoolmate who collapsed after a school fight. So these 2 kids got into a fight. I guess Dustin Howard won the fight, killed the other guy. Story number 3. A local gang trying to expand its reach is responsible for graffiti in a quiet neighborhood. They went all over town spray painting the number 14, sometimes in Roman numerals, sometimes in regular Arabic numerals, all over town. The 14 tag is associated with the norteños, or northerners. And so the town that they were spraying their 14 all over was actually a town dominated by the sureños, or southerners. So let me repeat those 3 stories real quick. Story number 1, 19-year-old kid brings a generator inside his house, dies from carbon monoxide poisoning. Story number 2, 16-year-old kid gets into a school fight, kills the other guy. And story number 3, local gang goes around town spraying the number 14 everywhere. You have to match which of those 3 stories occurred in those 4 towns I named earlier. Then you have to email your answers, including your mailing address in case you win, to david@theyoungturks.com. That's david@theyoungturks.com. And tell me whether you want a hooded sweatshirt and what size, or these 2 books, The War of the World by Niall Ferguson and Reset by Stephen Kinzer. This Reset by Stephen Kinzer, first of all, it's thin, so you can actually read it. It's a good book. If you don't need a sweatshirt, I'd get it. This book is thick, and it will be very impressive on your bookshelf, but you probably won't read it. So I'm just being up front with you there. All right, so can't wait to hear from you. Oh, and I'll give the answers in a blog, in a video, probably later this weekend, maybe Sunday night. And so you'll hear from me then. Thanks.